So there's growing concern that the US may be fighting a two-front war, as we're already helping more and more with the Ukraine war, and we may be having to do so with a China-Taiwan war, especially because we have the US-Taiwan Relations Act. Take a look what's happening here. The US says that the Chinese Coast Guard is harassing Philippine vessels. And this is also happening with Taiwan as well. And the US is actually sending battleships over there already. I'll get to that here in a second. The United States urged China on Saturday to stop harassing Philippine vessels in the South China Sea, pledging to stand with the Philippines after another maritime confrontation between the two Asian countries. Quote, we call upon Beijing to desist from its provocative and unsafe conduct, the U.S. State Department said in a statement. This comes after the Philippines on Friday accused China's Coast Guard of, quote, aggressive tactics following an incident during a Philippine Coast Guard patrol close to the Philippines held Second Thomas Shoal, a flashpoint for previous altercations located 105 nautical miles off its coast. And take a listen here to this.
The United States now challenging Beijing's wave of simulated military strikes around Taiwan by sending its own Navy destroyers into the South China Sea.
Rebecca Koffler is a strategic military intelligence analyst and joins us now. Rebecca, always great to have you on set with us. You know, technically it is legal for the U.S. to send this Navy ship into international waters, but it's obviously going to tick China off. And my biggest question here is the U.S. in any position to be really getting involved in another conflict when we have so much energy and resources being pushed into Ukraine right now?
So it's a conundrum, Ashley. We must demonstrate to China that we can defend Taiwan, right? But the truth is, as you said, we're stretched pretty thin, even though we have a doctrine that we're supposed to be able to fight a two-front war with two major adversaries. The Pentagon calls them Tier 1 near-peer competitors. But the truth is, we can't, because we have depleted our military arsenal. Our 155 millimeter ammo is on backlog 5 years. So it's kind of our ambitions and our ability to prosecute this war are out of sync right now.
Well, I asked you this in the break. I'm going to ask it to you now because I think it's an important question. Why can't we ramp up? Why does it take 5 years? I raised the point to you. Look, we weren't ready for World War II, but about a month in, we got pretty much ramped up and we're ready to go. And we were producing things, tanks, ammunition, and the like. Why can't we do it now? I mean, we've known about these issues as long as I've been doing this show. I don't understand what's taking so long.
Yes, well, the nature of war has changed, Todd, since World War II. We, right now, the United States is the top dog militarily. The reason we are is that we're highly reliant on technology. The type of military hardware that we fight wars with takes a long time to build, and it's super expensive. You also look at the satellites, the space order of battle that we have. It takes time to launch a bunch of those up into the sky, because that's how we conduct missile warning, precision targeting, navigation, everything. And finally, we also have not transitioned onto a wartime footing, because officially we're not in a war, even though we are in a proxy war with Russia right now over Ukraine. And we are in a deterrence posture with China. But our production capacity is just not up to par to be able to meet those requirements.
You know, Rebecca, we have to get to this because I really want your take on this. It's in relation to the leaked Pentagon documents that's exposing the U.S. spy efforts into Russia's war in Ukraine. How dangerous is it to have these documents, these leaked documents, just floating around like this?
It's extremely dangerous. This is a massive counterintelligence failure on behalf of the Pentagon, the Joint Chiefs. The fact that we have top secret documents that come from all across the entire intelligence community, including some of the highly sensitive agencies like the CIA's Operations Center, like the NSA that is in charge of communication intercepts, collecting sensitive intel on both foreign adversaries and some of our allies as well. And so, but what's even more concerning to me is that who did this? And my intelligence analysis tells me that Russia is the likely culprit behind it. And how did they get it out? What's the method of getting it out? Did somebody just walk out with top secret papers, stuff them, into their socks or whatever? Yeah. Or did the Russians hack our networks? And the Joint Chiefs networks are one of the multitude of U.S. federal agencies that the Russians actually have penetrated and collected intel for years.
Department of Defense says it's actively reviewing the matter, has made a formal referral to the DOJ for investigation. But Rebecca, how worried are you that these sources of intel will dry up after this?
Very concerned, because obviously we spend many years and millions and billions of dollars on developing access, whether it's recruiting, actual spies, which is extremely dangerous because it's a risky business. Somebody who's going to betray their country to provide secrets to us is risking their lives, right? Or whether it's mapping out access to foreign networks, to be able to hack them and extract that information, or collecting that through satellites. So the Russians know it, other adversaries know it, and they can plug holes. But what is even more disturbing to me is that right now the Russians have the benefit of knowing that information, because the information that was collected and exposed includes the force posture, Ukraine's force posture, future operations, the quantity of weaponry. And so that potentially is going to impact Ukraine's counter-offensive.
So really quickly, before we let you go, though, you don't see any type of impact of this having negative influences on our relationship with Ukraine?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, Ukrainians are highly dependent on us. We provide to them everything, including real-time intelligence, targeting information. They're not going to get mad at us. I mean, the truth is we're the top dog in the way that we conduct intelligence.
They've got right now.
So this is something that I've thought here for a while. Well, we'll start with the ammo, is that we need to be on full production capability of producing more ammo right now. Ukraine is taking all this ammo. Taiwan wants ammo. They buy it. And they're saying they need more. We need to be producing everything. Planes, tanks, ships, ammo. We have a significant backlog of howitzer ammo. Are they producing it? They need to be producing whatever they're producing. They need to double it. We have a backlog of this stuff, and we are not producing enough. I mean, pretty much every military strategist we've heard from says we're not producing enough. And heaven forbid that any type of war escalation happens, whether it's in Ukraine and all of a sudden there's more, okay, Russia attacks us or any other NATO country, or they drop a nuke or something along those lines and something massively bigger happens, or China attacks Taiwan, or somebody attacks us, what are we going to do if we don't have enough ammo? There's already a shortage. Yeah. And then imagine what happens if there is an actual escalation where all of a sudden Biden has literally said that we would put U.S. troops in Taiwan if China attacked Taiwan. What are we going to do if there's not enough ammo? You think this is a problem? Yeah, so this is just really irks me. Like, what are they doing? Are they going to literally wait until this happens? And this comes after the leaked documents showed that the leaked classified documents showed that Ukraine could run out of howitzer ammo in just a mere matter of days. A mere matter of days. And if it weren't for those leaked classified documents, they may have ran out of ammo. And it's kind of brought new scrutiny to a lot of this thing, saying, well, why aren't they getting it? And it's just like, well, are we even producing enough? And then remember, we're not the only country obviously providing them with this, but it's like, well, we got to have some for us too. Heaven forbid anything happens, right? It's just like, yeah, they need to be producing more and more and more of this stuff. Yeah. And if you own any of these government contractors' stock, God bless you, because I can just see their stock going through the roof, because they're going to be at high demand. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos here. It's completely free. And thank you for liking and sharing these videos. Here's some videos you should watch next. Here's an urgent warning for people on Social Security, SNAP, Medicare, Medicaid here in this video. And the US and China are on the brink of war. That's an exact quote. You can see it here in this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and you can see me in the next video.